Hello, everybody. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dereck 3 has finally arrived in the home of the Grecian Thunder. There he is. And Dereck is a man of honor. I finally got around to ordering it, gathered some pennies, as it were, some dollars, and asked him a favor, and he granted a request for me. So I know not all the records are gone yet, but he's numbered them all, and I have the last one, the last black one. So yeah, I just thought it was apropos. I mean, Dereck just talked about feeling like an outsider, and I've always felt that way too about a lot of things. And actually, an ex-girlfriend who worked with autistic kids, it was kind of jokey, but she worked with them, so she knew what she was talking about. She said she thought maybe I had mild autism. I mean, with some of my quirky stuff. But this is what was in the this is the insert he put in. It's an advertisement for Dereck 3 on CD, and then the insert, and then very cool. Listening to side 2, my preferred side, really. Oh wait, there's something else in here. Oh, nice. I didn't even notice this. It's just like this business card, audio designer. You'll have to tell me more about that. And he also expressed that, Dereck, oh, and another thing, the polyline sleeve, fucking awesome. And I got a Dereck Blake. He also expressed that he didn't think I would be into the music, based, I guess, on my tastes, things I've been into, what is this? This is Angel Cloud. I didn't like preview the CD. I didn't buy the CD. I haven't been to the Bandcamp site yet. I'm a lazy motherfucker. And the Angel Cloud that I did watch, it was around the holidays, and this is a different one. I think Dereck maybe did a remix just for the holidays, where he had the vocals and like the chanting. I really like that, so I was hoping the chanting would be on here, but this is cool too. The ambient sound. But back to what I was saying, he didn't think that I would be into it, and that is just another example of people misunderstanding me. Even somebody who's misunderstood misunderstands me. I'm not like heavy metal dude. I'm not like I listen to all sorts of music. I grew up on all sorts of music. I don't listen to jazz much, and but that's changing. I'm listening to more jazz, but it's not like a primary thing for me because as ignorant as it may sound, traditional jazz, like in the traditional sense, not free jazz or acid jazz or whatever you want to call it, but like bebop and stuff like that, it all kind of sounds the same to me. But so does a lot of, metal. A lot of music sounds the same to me, and it's like Dereck, like trying to find those things that sound different and challenge you, but make you feel something too. Not that I don't want my listening experience to be a struggle the whole time. Yes, I have records that grow on me, but I have records that I loved, years ago that now I'm just like, maybe don't love as much because I've learned more. This is a prime example right here. I wouldn't have listened to this in the 90s. because I was a punker, you know, punk kid. I like punk things. The surprise, of course, for me, because having not heard only a couple songs off the album, and watching people's videos and hearing the background music, was Bright Lights. That was like, if I were to call any song on this album a black sheep, it's going to be Bright Lights. I think the entire album is cohesive, even the ambient pieces. But like Bright Lights at the end there, I mean, I thought that was perfect. It was like the palate cleanser that, even though a lot of this music is nice, it was the palate cleanser that really smacked you in the face at the end. And it basically, to me, I could see Dereck's Digital Sex, you know, background, Joy Division influence, you know, all the stuff I'm sure you've heard before. And overall, this album is wonderful. This is my third listen to it, which I don't give albums that many listens usually, but, you know, your family, so you get extra privilege. But yeah, the first night I got it, it was me and my girlfriend, and I just put it on. I was really excited, you know, like finally I get to hear Dereck, you know, Dereck 3 on vinyl, which is another sorry, autistic moment. Another hilarious thing to me is that the first vinyl release that Dereck released is 3. I love that. So like 1 and 2, fuck that. Let's go right to 3, shall we? But yeah, we're just sitting there, and it'd been a hard day at work. It's been a hard days at work, ladies and gentlemen. The Swedes are cracking their whip on Andreas, and I refer to myself in the third person. I shouldn't do that. So yeah, it's just been really tough, and like Dereck, music is an escape for me too, and I've been playing a lot more. I don't have anything to record with. I mean, I guess I could do it on here, but I'd prefer to use like a 4-track or something where I could do some separation. But yeah, well, I guess I could. I'm an idiot. I just haven't tried to figure out the GarageBand program yet, and I'd like to do some collaborative work with some of you guys. You know, like Gil, Infinite Groove and I have talked a little bit. I haven't talked to Anthony in a while though. Dereck, of course, you know, and Jeff, Golden Cabbage Jeff. I think your playing is fun. I'd really enjoy playing with you, man. But yeah, it's a healing thing. It's definitely healing, and you could tell Dereck was using this music. I mean, as a musician, I'm not a professional musician by any means. I can't read music. I never really wanted to learn, and I had this whole thing in my head, like, you know, like if you develop talent, like learned talent, not something that's in you, not your soul or whatever. If you put the math into it, as I like to say about educating yourself, it kind of takes it away. You know, it takes away. You know, that's what I can appreciate about jazz, like its beginnings, is because it was, yes, you have your chords, but you're just dancing around them, and then people had to go and math it up. And they did it with rock and roll too, but you know, how many notes can I cram in this measure? You know, but a lot of visual things with this record. You could definitely tell this was recorded over 20 years. I mean, some of the music, you know, I'm not going to say it's dated, but in my mind, where it took me was another time, you know, in the past. Like, Sarah's my girlfriend. Maybe you'll get to meet her. She said Labyrinth was the first thing she thought of, that David Bowie movie that Jim Henson did in the 80s. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true, you know. I mean, it's not David Bowie singing, you know, yeah, you know, or whatever. But yeah, I saw that, and I saw, like, you know, Dark Crystal, and you know, it was mainly a cinematic thing. And then I thought a lot of, I mean, Police. I don't know if anybody's offered that up yet, like the Police. I think you're a better bass player than Sting, for sure. But yeah, like I thought, you know, as far as the feeling, the atmosphere, it's definitely Police. Now, to be critical, and I just watched Dereck's video, him explaining a little background. I don't really see you in, I mean, I don't see all of you in this music that you made for yourself, you know, because, I mean, really, with the exception of those tributes, those odes, those things that we write for other people, a lot of the times a musician is telling a story, he's telling it from his perspective, for him, so he can get it out, you know. And I could see the therapeutic qualities to this, but I also didn't see anything remotely that reminded me of Dereck. When I think Dereck is at his best is when his passion is, like, in his videos, like, he's really, like, you know, trying to get a point across. And a lot of this record, I mean, it's relaxing. You know, I had my head on Sarah's chest, like, you know, after a hard day at work, this was like the perfect medicine, man. So, I mean, that was awesome. But, like, if I were to listen to this, you know, wide awake, fresh, new day, you know, or, you know, it's good wake-up music, too, because I played it the next morning. But I'm not seeing all of who I want to see from Dereck. And he mentioned he has some of that more sinister or not necessarily nice music, which is what attracts me to music. I like music that isn't too nice. I don't like music that's all, like, you know, perfect. I mean, not perfect, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like everything's okay, guys, don't worry about it. You know, like, you know, no. I want to see some fucking shit that'll be like when Dereck talks, you know? Like, you people... What do you mean, you people? You know what I mean? Like, just not necessarily trying to get a message across, like political shit or whatever, but, like, you know, just a bit of evil, for lack of a better term. I like hearing character, and there's character all over this fucking record. I could talk about Dereck 3 for fucking hours, but yeah, Dereck, I want to definitely see more releases from you. I want to see stuff that surprises me. This actually did surprise me in a way, because when I listened to it, it's just like, wow, I mean, compared to the music that Dereck likes, I'm not seeing that, you know, and that's good, because you're not letting anybody influence you. And that's kind of what I think I'm doing, collecting all these records. It's like building up a subconscious bank of influence. Whereas before, I shut down. I didn't buy any records for almost 10 years. And, you know, I suffered for it. Now I'm catching up. Because I was writing music, you know, and I didn't want to be like, oh, you know, this is this, this, and this. We sound like Black Sabbath getting raped by Jim Croce, you know, like, that's not what I was going for. I just let people pin the influences, you know, not the musicians themselves. So, Dereck, thank you so much for number 135 out of 135 in the black, because black is back and black is better. I love you, man, and I love this record. It's definitely a repeat listen for sure. Gets me all nostalgic, and I'm so proud of you. I'm really proud of you, man. Maybe one day you and I will play Bass Lament together live. You take the lead. Kisses.